So I've been the dean for 4 years. I had like our LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students, talking about queer sex, using lube versus using spit.
David, why?
Yes, well, why? Well,
Why?
because we've got demonic agendas going on across the country, and there's moral relativism on steroids today. But thanks to James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, again, for great undercover work. So he's a dean, and this is an elite.
Ooh, it's always elite.
It's an elite private school in Chicago. He was recorded admitting to having a group come into his classroom and pass out sex toys.
Oh,
Why?
okay. Oh, okay.
Because it was during Pride Week, so
Well,
it's all
duh.
okay.
I mean, if it's during Pride Week.
Yeah, Pride Week, which is
No
now,
fuck.
as we've said on this program many times, it is queer all year. So they don't need a reason. They don't need a special title of a day or a week or a month. They're just going to do it all year and shove it down your throats. This guy's name is Joseph Bruno. I want to just call him Bruno.
Bruno.
Let's call him Bruno. But anyway, Joseph Bruno, he's the dean of students at Francis W. Parker School, which costs tens of thousands of dollars to attend. He's telling in the video an undercover activist for Project Veritas about activities that take place in his classroom. Let's play the first clip.
This is an LGBTQ plus health center came in to talk to my high school students. They're just like passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with them, they're looking at them.
In the school?
In a classroom.
Wow.
Yeah. While I'm sitting there. And we had a drag queen come in, pass out cookies and brownies and do photos. And
So amazing. And everybody's cool with that, like the butt plugs and the dildos. Nobody complains.
no,
I mean, if the parents found out, would they?
no, it's queer sex.
You have so much freedom and so much wiggle room.
So much freedom, so much money
I mean, having
to
lube
do
and
stuff.
and how old were the kids with the classroom?
14, 18. They're like, how does this butt plug work? How do we do, like, how does this work?
Right.
So yeah, that's a really like cool part of my job is I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
I don't have to worry about stuff like that because, you know, at this point, I already took all of the money from the parents. And so what? Have the parents just completely been like, okay, you have my children now. You can teach them whatever you want. And it's cool. Is that what? That's kind of what he's saying, because he started that clip by saying, oh, we have all the money.
Guys, this is disgusting. It's pornographic. It should not be allowed. It should be illegal. If you had that conversation, that was in a classroom. Private school, public school, doesn't matter because you know darn well it's happening in the public schools to some degree. We've seen videos. There's a lot more that we haven't seen. So if this was happening in a public park with an adult saying these things to a minor, they would be arrested immediately. Why is it okay in the classroom? Why is the public education all of a sudden on this rampage, just ramming this stuff, and it's demonic. This is demonic.
Well, they've learned that it is okay to do this in the classroom. They have learned, these activists, these LGBTQ people who have their agenda about the queer sex and all of this, they are demonic, and they know that no one is watching.
Yeah, there's a reaction from the school I want to get to, but I do want to say they had a drag queen come in too. Can you imagine? I mean, Kirk Cameron even offered to go into some of these public libraries just to read a story about, you know, children that's biblical based. Can you imagine if you asked to go into the public school and say, hey, I just want to read the Christmas story from the Gospel of Luke? Sorry, it's not allowed anymore. It's an ABC school, anything but Christ. So let's see the reaction in this video.
Will they fire the dean? Will they condemn what he said? No, they're taking an interesting approach here. Listen to this. Last week at the National Association of Independent Schools People of Color Conference, one of our employees was targeted by the group and misled to believe he was conversing with another conference attendee over a coffee. He was filmed without his knowledge or permission while describing one example of our inclusive, affirming, and comprehensive approach to sex education. This group, Project Veritas, has now edited the video with malicious intent. That's interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. And launched it publicly tonight. Please know this video contains descriptive language If you choose to view it, we ask you not to share it because it will add to its viral power. So they're saying that we edited it with malicious intent. Literally his words. There are no edits. It's just him talking about dildos and butt plugs and spit and awful things about with 14-year-old girls getting this information. This is, I don't know what, there's no edit. What are they talking about edit? Are they saying he didn't say these things? Then sue me. Sue me. By the way, we never lost a defamation lawsuit. That's because we don't edit anything improperly.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, James O'Keefe. And by the way, the school officials did not offer one single example of anything in the video that was, quote, deceptively edited.
And as we've been talking about for months and months and years at this point, we say this is what the agenda is. This is what they've been trying to do. And we keep being told we're the radicals or James O'Keefe. They're just crazy right-wingers. Well, as we showed once before, and we're going to show it again, the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir says it all.
But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep them from disco, warn about San Francisco, make them wear pleated pants, we don't care. We'll convert your children, someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them, we're coming for your children.
Yep.
There were words I would say now before I was a Christian that I cannot say on this program about that. They are purposely coming after children. They know it's evil, and they're still admitting it. They're open about it. We will convert your children. Parents, are you hearing this?